The verse part consists of a 2-bar riff that is repeated 4 times. Let's have a look at the first bar. We begin on the offbeat by sliding into a D7 triad on the G, B, and E string in the 13th fret. And after that, we use an E minor triad in the 12th fret to get us to another D7 triad, this time in the 10th fret on the D, G, and B string. I'm playing a hammer-on for the major third and the 11th fret on the G string. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Now we're still missing the second half of that bar. I'm using D9, but with a suspended 4. That is C in the 10th fret of the D string, E in the 9th fret on the G string, G in the 8th fret of the B string, and D in the 10th fret of the high E string. Now this shape looks exactly like a C major chord with an added 9 on top. But the reason I'm calling this a D9 suspended 4 is, first of all, the bass is playing nothing but Ds underneath. And then if you look at the chord, we have a D, a C, and an E, the 9, in place, and in place of the major third, F sharp, there's a G. That's a suspended 4th, which is then resolved down to the 3rd in the next chord by just moving our index finger down a half step. We play an 8th note on the D9 sus4 and 2 16ths on the D9, so the complete first bar will sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Bar number 2 is very similar. It's a bit like an answer to the first one. The first half is identical, and then we use another suspended 4, this time as a double stop on the A and D string. First is an 8th note with a G in the 10th fret of the A string. We already know this is the 4th. And the root D in the 12th fret of the D string. And once again, the suspended 4th is resolved to the major third by moving the index finger down a fret. The complete second bar sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Let me play the whole 2-bar section for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. We do this 4 times in a row and we're done with the verse part. On to the bridge. The bridge is also 8 bars long, divided into 2 similar 4-bar sections. We start off with a bar of F, and we play a double stop lick on the D and B string, beginning with a slide into the C in the 10th fret on the D string, followed by an A on the B string in the 10th fret, which makes this a 6th interval. Now we're moving this double stop down the F mixolydian scale, so it's 8th fret, 7th and 6th fret, and 4th and 5th fret. And the whole bar sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. The next bar starts off exactly the same, only this time we're in G. So we're moving that last lick up 2 frets. That 6th run is followed by a double stop third on the B and E string in the 5th and 6th fret, and we're bending the B string upwards a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. The next 2 bars put us back in D. This time we're using a D9 chord with a root in the 5th fret of the A string. We play the chord twice and then slide into it again from half a step below. After that we climb up chromatically from C9 to D9 in 16th notes. The following bar, still the same chord, and this time we do a little James Brown tribute. On the third beat of the bar, we add our little finger in the 7th fret, making it a D13. I'm sure this will sound familiar to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. The second half of the bridge starts on F again. We're using our suspended 4th and 9th chord combination again, like we did in the verse part. Both my index finger and my little finger, no, my ring finger and my little finger are in the 13th fret for this. And next we have a G9 chord. It's the same shape that we used for that James Brown riff on the D chord. And again we're adding the 13 with our little finger, and then stop on the first beat of the next bar on the G9 chord. After the stop we play a little 16th note pickup in unison with the bass. We're starting on D in the 12th fret of the D string and move down the D blues scale to F on the low E string. And this little lick leads us back to our 2-bar pattern over D from the verse. Here's the second half of the bridge. 1, 2, 3, 4.